We're going to seal up the border. We have an invasion of millions and millions of people that are coming into our country. I can't imagine why they think that's a good thing.
Donald Trump declaring victory with a historically strong showing in the Iowa caucuses. Here he is right now under my voice. You hear him repeating his anti-immigrant rhetoric.
The projected winner of the Iowa caucuses has just started giving his victory speech. We will let you know if there's any news made in that speech. There is a reason that we and other news organizations have generally stopped giving an unfiltered live platform to remarks by former President Trump.
And that is the Morning Buzz. That was CNN cutting away from President Trump's victory speech in Iowa last night as soon as he mentions the border crisis and immigration issues. MSNBC did not air the speech at all. Fox News' voter analysis shows immigration actually tops the list as the most important issue to Americans, 41% reporting. Doug Collins, incredible to me that as soon as Trump starts talking about the wide open border and its implications, the liberal networks cut him off.
Yeah, nothing to see here. No bias to see here, Maria. I mean, it was just, and what was really is you're looking at their faces as they said it. I mean, it was disgusting for them. I mean, Maddow wouldn't even name his name, wouldn't even say Donald Trump. The one who won Iowa is giving his speech right now. We'll let you know. It's just ridiculous at this point. But fine, if, from a perspective of those of us who want to see our country protected, those of us who want to see fentanyl stopped, for those of us who want to see a border that is secure, then let them continue to ignore it, because this is the part that Donald Trump did in 2016. He brought the immigration discussion to the forefront then when they were ignoring it. He brought it up. They have capitalized on it because people actually understood. And now it is a million times worse than it was back then under Joe Biden. So, yes, if they want to continue to do that, fine. The American people, though, are not getting their orders from the groups that are like MSNBC and CNN, who are actually ignoring what the people are looking at.
Well, it's also quite misleading, Cheryl, to say Trump has anti-immigration narrative. I mean, the U.S. is among the most generous when it comes to opening up. We issue 1 million visas every year. I mean, obviously, what President Trump was talking about was illegal migration, not legal immigration.
Exactly. And immigration could be the topic, to your point, Maria, that could really derail not just Joe Biden, but down ballot Democrats this year if they don't start to pay attention to what's happening at the southern border. Because believe me, more Americans, especially in blue cities, as you know, are now paying attention to the southern border, because all of a sudden every city is becoming a border city. Shocker, with the fentanyl that's coming across. And now, of course, with all the illegal migrants that are being housed in New York and Chicago and other places. So, look, back to the Fox News voter analysis. One thing I want to say here is that, look, if the Democrats make a mistake and ignore immigration, one of the things that was on the ballot last night in Iowa was abortion. That is something where we saw a lot of moderates, going towards Haley. But those, as far as that abortion story, a lot of that vote went to DeSantis last night. So I guess my point is, we don't need, MSNBC in their ivory tower and NBC News to tell us who to vote for. This is where we're finally at this moment. This is it. Let's hear from the people. Let the people decide. That's democracy.
Yeah. Mike Baker, how do you see it?
Yeah, well, look, last 3 months of 2023, we had 785,000 known encounters. That's known encounters. Nobody has an idea about how many known gotaways, right? And by the government's own admission, 85% of those 785,000 people made their way inside the U.S., right? So MSNBC, CNN, they're reading a memo and acting as if this was 3 or 4 years ago, to Cheryl's point, when the liberal media could say, well, this is just a border state issue, or it's not actually even a problem. The Republicans are being hysterical. Now Democrat mayors around the country, particularly in sanctuary cities, they know this is a problem, and people understand that there is an issue here. It's the #1 issue, as you pointed out, for voters in Iowa. It's going to be the same no matter what state we're talking about.
Yeah, amazing.